The ladies' man has a special way of speaking.
Hey, what's happening?
He's got a special way to come on to the ladies.
Guess who? Sweet thing.
But I think the thing that's most special about the ladies' man is his view of the world.
You know, I am like Mother Teresa, but of boning. You see what I'm saying? Look out, Chicago! The ladies' man is back!
He loves Cavassier. That's his drink of choice.
He's not out to hurt anybody. He's just out to make sure he feels good. And in the process, makes a lot of other people feel good, too.
And women just can't get enough of him.
It is the fault of the wang.
Well, the striking thing is that Tim himself is a very quiet, low-key, gentle guy. And then when you see the character of Leon, on one hand, you're struck by how different they are. But I think they share some very important qualities in common, which is that they're both nice guys, and you like them.
It started as just a voice that I used to do for my wife. I'd make her laugh by making these phone calls to like order pizza, and I would do different voices. I would do like a Southern guy, you know, or this guy who was like it was just like an athlete sort of character. And so she told me, she said, you know, you should do this on the show on SNL. And so that was what happened. So I was like, okay, I will.
If you're a fan of the Ladies' Man sketch from Saturday Night Live, the only world you know is this radio call-in show he has. So you're gonna, you know, you kind of get to find out what world he lives in.
This is what I like to call the LA Forum, because this is where the magic happens.
What was great about Leon Phelps are the things that came out of his mouth. They were so outrageous, and I think if he wasn't, that character wasn't so charming and endearing, you could never say those things, or you would never put up with someone who was saying those things. But he always has a smile and is so sweet and is so earnest. I think that's how he and we get away with the outrageousness.
Leon's character is so outrageous, yet because he is really innocent about it and sincere, it's funny, it's not offensive.
I don't think a woman could ever really feel threatened by Leon. You know, you if anything, you become more and more curious about his behavior.
His approach is straightforward, it's direct, it's honest. It's basically, hi, I'm gonna say something funny, and do you wanna go to bed with me? That's pretty much it.
The ladies loved Leon Phelps. How did he do it?
Hey, Leon.
Well, I guess you better ask the man yourself.
In the original script, it says Lester, a Billy D. Williams type, narrates the stories in the bar, narrating the story. And so we were talking about people, and I was like, well, can we get Billy D. Williams?
When I read the script, I saw my name in there. They wanted an older Billy D. Williams, so I figured, well, if they want an older Billy D. Williams, I mean, here I am, you know?
So he knew he had the job when he met with us. He was just like, yeah, sure, whatever you want. I can do this character, it's fine. And inside his head, he was like, I got the job.
Listen, when the people start imitating you, you know that you've made some sort of an impact.
Having Billy D. Williams is great. Having an actor like that and a persona like that in a movie really legitimizes our whole enterprise. And what's great about Billy D. is he really serves as the narrator of the piece, and he's the guy that's telling this story. And he's just such a wonderful guy and a wonderful performer, and he's great as the owner of this lounge where the ladies' man hangs out.
Leon, you're gonna have to come to the realization that we may never work in radio again.
No, listen, Julie, that is where you were wrong. We'll get out of this mess, trust me.
Last time I trusted you, you told the city of Chicago to do it in the butt.
Yeah.
Well, the great thing about Karen is that she's obviously an actress with tons of experience, all her years on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and a lot of other work. She's a person that people just love the minute they see her. She's charming, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, and she takes the role of a woman who can see through all the flaws of who this character is and see him for the good person that shines through. You know, that's an amazing thing that she pulls off effortlessly.
Julie's always been pretty much, or been very much in control of her situation. You know, she plays by the rules, she does things the way she's supposed to, and for the most part it works out. And then she gets dumped, she gets jilted, left at the altar, and it kind of disrupts her world. And in meeting Leon, she finds somebody who, again, she gets into a situation where she's back on top and she's produces this radio show with him, and everything's going according to plan, pretty much.
Really?
My wife and I didn't have a perfect marriage. Maybe I didn't understand her needs, but she definitely didn't understand my passion for wrestling. She didn't understand why Brian, my wrestling partner, and I trained constantly. She didn't understand the thrill any man would feel after grabbing a big, husky guy like Brian and pinning him down to the ground until he squirms and squeals like a little piglet.
I play the character of Lance DeLune, who is he is the leader of a basically vigilante group out to get the ladies' man, the leader of the VSA, which is short for Victims of the Smiling Ass, which ladies' man has a tattoo, a smiley face tattoo on a certain part of his body that we've all seen running away as he's had his way with our girlfriends, wives, etc. So I've formed this group to seek vengeance on him.
I can't say enough about the pleasure of working with Will Ferrell. Will is a consummate comedian. He has incredible timing, incredible good taste. He's a fountain of creativity and constantly giving you new jokes, new ideas, new takes, and fearless and shameless.
When it came time to casting the role of Lance, for me there was really only one guy to play, and it's Will Ferrell. And I've done a few movies with Will, and he can take any material and just raise it several levels. He's fantastic. He's great with the spaces between the lines. He takes a character, really owns it, and we've seen time and time again in this picture how he's taken a scene and really made it his own and elevated and brought something special to it, and stuff that wasn't necessarily designed to get laughs because of the strength of his character delivers more because it's Will Ferrell doing it.
Hi, sweetheart. Have you met Leon Phelps?
Oh, listen, don't say son of a bitch. That's not nice. What's wrong with you fellas?
Oh, my God!
I'm actually married to Will Ferrell's character, Lance DeLune. But he doesn't satisfy me, you might say. And so she seeks out the ladies' man who she had a thing for. So I'm literally trying to seduce and attack him through this whole entire scene. And he's trying to put up a front because he's finally realizing that he's really in love with another woman.
Gentlemen, we've been waiting for this day for a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
This man, this ladies' man, thought he could take something from us, something we hold sacred.
Yeah.
He tried to take our manhood.
There is a large song and dance number in the film, which is a prime example of Lance basically gives a speech to his group of how this is our moment. We're going to storm into the radio station and, take control of the situation. And, he tried to take our manhood away, and we're men amongst men and supermen. And from this moment on, I declare our supreme manliness. And then we immediately break into this Broadway musical that is quite unmanly.
I can't believe it's finally over. All of my dreams are here at hand. I'm gonna kill that dirty bastard. The time has come to kill the ladies' man. The time has come to kill the ladies' man. That's right.
Reggie has a great sense of humor, and this is important when you're doing a comedy. It's important to know where the joke is. It's important to keep the joke and know how to make it work. He also is good at co-inventing things. We have a cast that's good at improv and amping up material, and for some directors that's a problem. There's a certain rigidity there, and I think Reggie was a perfect choice because he was able to follow, where the actors went, where the material went, and that's very important for this cast and for this movie.
He's very cool as far as allowing the actors to find the comedy in sketches, and he's very, he tells you when you're doing something good, and he can tell you when you do something bad, and he's always, during his movie, he's been right, all the time.
He himself has got such a great sense of humor, and you look at the movies that he's directed beforehand, he's brilliant. He totally knows what he's doing.
Reggie just brought a sense of play and just he really let us kind of come up with whatever we needed to do, and establish some guidelines along the way in terms of, you know, pulling us back or encouraging something. Plus, I was impressed with his use of the camera, just a lot of the coverage he did and the selection of shots, and came up with some interesting looks and ways to shoot scenes that you know, you don't always find in these type of comedies.
What's happening? You got the latest man, Leon Phelps here. And I am looking at a half-empty bottle of Cavassier, which means that we are just about out of time. But before I go, I'd like to leave you with just one more thought.
I have the smell that a man has to attract a lady. I have the body and the ass. But most of all, I have what is called the wang.